Hello everyone, I am Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Sanjay Gupta Tech School. So, as you can see, today we are going to have day 72 of this Salesforce Learning Bootcamp. So, we came so far, and today we are going to understand basics of JavaScript. So, this week is totally dedicated to JavaScript. So, I will be explaining you all the basic things. Those are necessary for you to understand before moving to Aura and LWC, right? So I will be helping you on that side. So I hope with this session you will be able to understand the things properly, right? So once again, I welcome everybody, those who are live, and um, welcome to those as well who will be watching this as a recorded session. So moving forward, if you have joined this session or this bootcamp for the first time, and if you want to know with whom you are interacting and who is your instructor, so this is all about me. So with this slide, you will be able to know like what I am doing and how many years of experience I have, what all certifications I have done. So if I talk about certification, so you might have seen people are having lots of certification, 20x, 30x. I have like in this slide, six are shown. One also I have. So total seven certifications I have done. But I always focus on quality over quantity. So whatever I have learned so far, uh, I have done those certifications only. And whenever I learn new thing, then only I will be applying for new certification. So certification is for your knowledge check, but we don't need to do certification to show the numbers only, right? So moving forward, this is my favorite quote, like consistency is the key. So this is the result of consistency. I am delivering day 72 in front of you, right? And I know lots of people are consistent with me and learning Salesforce. And I know this year, like you are facing recession time if we talk about the freshers. So but still be consistent, learn things, because we are half of the way, right? We need to learn whole lightning web component development, we need to learn deployment, we need to learn QA practice, we need to learn business analyst practice, we need to understand different clouds. So I think by the end of this year you will be having each and every knowledge related to Salesforce. And then whenever there will be openings available for freshers, or maybe if you want to switch your job from one organization to another, or if you are planning to switch your job role from one role to another. So I think all whole year sessions will be helping you to prepare for interview, right? So be consistent and never give up. If you have started this, so just try to finish each and everything, so that you will be able to appear for interviews whenever there will be an opportunity, right? So this is the best time to learn the things. And you can see this QR code. So if you want to become part of the Sanjay Gupta Tech School community, so you can see like I'm not only focusing on Salesforce, I'm focusing on other streams as well. So we did boot camp on cybersecurity, and I'm doing one boot camp on C and C++ programming. So I'm covering other important subjects as well, right? And if I am not knowing the thing, so I am searching for other folks, and I have planned a few sessions from next month. Those will be delivered by different folks. As you saw, like Ankit delivered sessions on integration. So I'm searching those people as well. And if you want to know everything, so just become part of this Telegram group where all the information will be shared. And you can see the timeline. Week 9 is completed, week 20 is completed, we are in week 21 now. And in this week we'll be understanding about JavaScript. And from next week onwards, specifically we will be focusing on lightning component development. So those sessions will be very fruitful for you. And no one in the community ever explained each and everything in detail live with so much audience. So I'm doing this for you, and everything is free of cost. No one is asking any money from you. And what you need to do, you just need to spare some time and practice whatever I am explaining, right? So just follow Sanjay Gupta Tech School on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram, and all the important links are available in the video's description. And please share the information with your juniors as well, those who are appearing for BTech, right? So that they can follow this YouTube channel, and they can find lots of resources free of cost, right? So moving forward, let's focus on the topic that I have chosen for today. That is understand basics of JavaScript. Okay. So now, first of all, a few slides will be explaining you the theoretical concepts, whatever are available with related to JavaScript. So we will be discussing them together. And if you face any difficulty, so you can ask your questions in the chat, right? So let me explain 2-3 slides, then I will be moving to chat window and I will be picking the question. So if you see any doubt, just ask that question in the chat, right? So we need to understand what JavaScript is. So JavaScript is basically a lightweight interpreted programming language, or you can say it is a scripting language. And it is designed for creating network centric application. So you might have heard about like web development uses JavaScript, mobile development uses JavaScript. In Salesforce, if you want to implement components, so we use JavaScript. So JavaScript is used widely with the different frameworks. And whenever you implement any application which is network centric and which is executed through internet, so there you will be possibly using JavaScript. So JavaScript can be integrated with Java. So a few folks mistakenly think like Java and JavaScript both are same, but it is not true. JavaScript is totally different with Java. So if you want to integrate JavaScript with Java, so that is possible. And if you want to integrate JavaScript with HTML, so that is also possible. So when we talk about Lightning Aura component or Lightning Web component, so both type of components are having HTML, CSS and JavaScript, right? So whatever JavaScript you will be implementing there, so that JavaScript you need to use in your HTML pages. So in these 3 sessions, I will be explaining you how we can integrate JavaScript with HTML. So we have 2 ways to write JavaScript in HTML. So one is you can write JavaScript directly in HTML code. And other way is you can create a separate file of JavaScript as an external JavaScript file, and that external JavaScript file you can use in your HTML code. The same way we did with CSS, right? So we have internal CSS, external CSS. So similarly, you can write JavaScript code directly in HTML, and you can create an external JavaScript file that you can integrate with your HTML code. And it is open and cross-platform, right? So these are some features that you need to understand. And one more important thing that you need to understand that is related to JavaScript. So if you focus on this slide, so it is having 4 points. So just read each and every point properly. So I will be explaining all the points one by one. So first point says client-side JavaScript is the most common form of the language, right? So here word is client-side. So basically what happens whenever you implement your code in JavaScript, right? Or you implement any component which is having JavaScript code, and whenever it is loaded on the browser. So I hope everybody knows like Lightning components or other web components that we implement with the help of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Those we need to run with the help of web browser. So your code will reside on server, and through browser, if you request particular page that is having HTML, JavaScript and CSS code, so that particular page will be loaded on the client machine. So code will come from server, so it will be rendering from server to client machine, right? Now JavaScript is basically client-side scripting language. So the script should be included in or referenced by an HTML document for the code to be interpreted by the browser, right? So whenever your component or page is loaded on the browser, so HTML, CSS and JavaScript code all together will be loaded on the client machine, right? So if we talk about second point, so it says it means that a web page need no longer be static HTML, but can include programs that interact with the user, control the browser, and dynamically create HTML content. So what does it mean? Like if you use JavaScript with your HTML code, so HTML is kind of static. If you have any button created through HTML and if you click on that button, so nothing will happen. If you want, if you click on a button and some action should be performed, so for that you need to write some code, some business logic, and that you can write in your JavaScript code, and that JavaScript code you can attach with that HTML button, right? So this way, whenever you load your component or page on the client machine, so HTML, CSS and JavaScript will be loaded on the client machine. And if you do any operation on the client machine, so JavaScript code will be executed there only, because it is already available on the client machine after rendering from the server. So every time you don't need to go to the server to perform the business logic, because that code is already available with the client machine. So that's why we can say like JavaScript is a client-side scripting language. So it runs on client machine and provide immediate results. So now if we focus on the third point, so it says, for example, you might use JavaScript to check if the user has entered a valid email address in a form field. So suppose you are receiving some data from user and you just want to check whether entered data is valid or not. So to check that validity, you can use JavaScript, and JavaScript code will be running on the client machine. So unnecessary server interaction will be reduced. Okay, so this is the advantage of using JavaScript, and the JavaScript code is executed when the user submits the form, and only if all the entries are valid, they would be submitted to the web server, right? So this happens when you are using JavaScript with your component or with your page, right? So anything you want to run on a client machine, so for that purpose, any business logic you want to run on client machine, so you can just create a JavaScript file and that will be part of your component and it will be executing fastly, right? So this is about client-side JavaScript. Now if we move forward, so we have few more points which are like advantages. So as I think I already covered this point, so these points, first says less server interaction. This I already explained to you. Like the code will be available on the client machine, so you don't need to go to server every time to run the business logic, right? So this saves like request and response time, and performance will be improved. And second point says immediate feedback to the visitor, so this is also clear. Then increased interactivity, right? So rich interfaces. So these are some features, these are some features, or you can say advantages, those are available with JavaScript. So that's why it is popular whenever we talk about component building. So in Aura component, you will be implementing JavaScripts, and in Lightning Web component also you will be implementing JavaScript code. Okay, so now these sessions right now, like today, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, whatever sessions I will be delivering, so these sessions will be having JavaScript basics, and those basics will be utilizing while implementing Aura and LWC components. And right now, whatever examples I will be taking, so it will be like related to web development. So we'll be seeing like in HTML how we can leverage JavaScript so that they both can work together. So if you want to use JavaScript in your HTML, so you need to follow the syntax. So if you remember when we implemented CSS, so in CSS we used to write style tag. In between style tag we need to write the CSS code. So similarly, if we talk about JavaScript. So in JavaScript, you need to use script tag. Then you need to specify two attributes. First one is language and second one is type, right? And in between script tag, you will be able to write all your JavaScript code. So whatever JavaScript code you have, so that code you can basically write inside these script start tag and script end tag. Okay. So I guess this syntax is very easy, and if you want to see how we can place it in our HTML file, so this is the example which will show you how we can write our code, JavaScript code in HTML. So you will be having HTML, then here head part is missing, but in your code if you have head part, so you can use that as well. After that we have script tag in inside body. So script is having one statement like document.write hello world. So basically in JavaScript, if you want to show something as an output, so you can use document.write. So document.write will be displaying hello world on the browser. Okay, so this is the example. So I will be implementing this example for you so that you can understand how it will execute. So let me just take you here. Okay, so I'm going to create new HTML file. Then HTML tag, I'm using body tag. Then inside body, I need to write script, right? So after writing script, we need to specify two attributes. One is language and one is type. So language will be JavaScript. And we have type as text/JavaScript. Okay, so I just closed it here. Now inside script tag, we have a statement document.write, and inside that hello world is written. So what I need to do here, I need to write document.write, and inside double quotes, I am writing hello world. And then you can have a semicolon. No, semicolon is not required. Right, so I'm just saving this code. So I'm going to save it in the web folder that is available on desktop, and name of file will be web8.html. Okay, so this way my code is saved. Now if I execute this, so hello world will display on the web browser, right? So I just saved this file. Now I am moving on to the desktop, and I'm going to open web8 web folder. Then we have web8, so I'm going to open it with Google Chrome, and here you can see it is showing hello world. So this hello world is coming up through that document.write statement. Okay, so I hope with this example you got to know, like in HTML we can write script tag, and inside script tag we can write any statement related to JavaScript. And when we'll be implementing Aura component or Lightning Web component, so basic JavaScript logic will be same, but how we implement that file, that is little bit different. So that we'll be understanding when we'll be implementing Aura and LWC components. Right now, after this example, so we need to quickly understand two more concepts. So first one is case sensitive and second one is comment. So in this slide, you can see case sensitive nature is mentioned. So in my C++ bootcamp, like yesterday also I discussed about case sensitivity, right? So case sensitivity means like whenever you are implementing any code, so if you need to use uppercase and lowercase separately, like uppercase and lowercase both are having different meaning. So it means your language is focusing on case sensitive nature. And if both are same, uppercase and lowercase meaning is same, so your language is case insensitive, right? So as a Salesforce consultant, we are working on Apex programming, and Apex is basically case insensitive. Now here we have JavaScript, which says JavaScript is a case sensitive language, right? That's why whenever we learn Apex programming, so I always say to the beginners, don't try to adopt case insensitive nature. Just try to focus on case sensitivity only, because HTML HTML is also case insensitive, but if we talk about CSS and JavaScript, so you need to focus on case sensitivity, right? So this you need to remember. And last statement says like time, TIME, T capital. Then second one is TIME, TI capital, and time, TIME. All letters are capital. So these are different. But if we write these identifiers in Apex, so they will be treated as same. So this is the difference that you need to remember going forward. Now let's talk about comments. So comments, we all know, like in programming, if you write a statement and you don't want to execute it at the time of execution, so what you can do, you can just convert that statement in a comment. So here we have two types of comment symbols. So if you want to comment out any line, any single line, so you can use double slash. And if you want to comment more than one lines together, so you can use forward slash asterisk and asterisk forward slash, right? So these are some ways through which you can make your JavaScript code comment out. Now third and fourth points are important. So JavaScript also recognize the HTML comments opening sequence. So this will be recognized, but if you want to close it, so you need to write double slash and hyphen greater than. So if you want to use HTML symbols for commenting JavaScript code, so beginning symbol you can use as is, but with ending you need to specify double slash. Okay, so this you need to remember. Now we have 4 patterns. So this is also important to understand, like how we can display values with the help of JavaScript. So we have 4 different methods. First one is window.alert, then document.write, I already explained it to you. Then we have inner HTML, and then we have console.log. Okay, so let's focus on window.alert. So if I move to the next slide, so there you will find a code, right? So before moving to this code, let me just see, I can see a couple of questions are there. Okay, so Adil is just appreciating my efforts, so thank you. I thought it is a question. Then Shubham. Okay, so Shubham, I think when we'll be completing LWC, so maybe then we can focus on this. So if you guys are having any doubt as of now, anything that is coming in your mind, and if you want to discuss with me, so just write that in the chat so that we can discuss it later. Okay, so now I am going to focus on window.alert. So window.alert is a method through which you can show some results. Okay, so Ayappa is asking, what about confirm message? So I didn't get your question. What you want to say with this? Akash is asking where we use JavaScript in Salesforce. So Akash, for that you need to wait for next week. So next week we'll be discussing about Lightning Aura component, and then we'll be starting Lightning Web component. So in Lightning Aura component and Lightning Web component, we will be using JavaScript. Okay, so here you can see we have one more example where few statements are written. So h1 p tag, then script is having window.alert. So I'm going to modify the code which I wrote earlier. So here I'm going to write h1. So I'm simply writing heading, then I'm writing p. So it is a paragraph, so I'm writing paragraph, right? So we have then script tag, and here I just need to use alert. So the syntax for alert is window.alert, and then you can pass some values. So here I'm writing window.alert 5 plus 6. right? So this way I added two values and it will show you a pop-up. It will show you a pop-up. So I'm going to open it. So let me just open with Google Chrome. Yep. So here you can see alert messages available. So heading and paragraph are displayed. Heading and paragraph you can see at top left corner, you can see heading and paragraph are displayed. And if you focus on this alert, so here it is showing 11, that is sum of 6 plus 5. So this way if you want to show some alert, so we can use JavaScript as well. If you click on OK, so it will go further and you will be able to see the result of the page. Right, so this way we can just utilize the alert functionality. Now if we go further, so this is document.write, which I already explained to you. So it will be showing the result on the browser's page, right? So whenever you will be practicing, so you can just implement this code in your system and you can practice. Now I am going to write this one. So here you can see what we are doing. We are having a button. So in the beginning of the session, I told you like through HTML, we can create a button and then we can embed JavaScript code on that button. So here on button, we have an event that is on click. And if we see, so on click is having document.write 5 plus 6. So what will happen if you click on that button, then document.write will show you result as 11. And the label of that button will be try it. Okay, so now I'm going to implement this code. So here we don't need to write script tag, you just need to write button. Then you can write on click document.write. Then I'm writing 5 plus 6. And its label will be try it. So here you can see a button is available. If I click on that button, so you can see it is showing 11. Now you might be thinking heading and paragraph is not showing now. So what happens whenever you are using this document.write? So document.write basically erase all the previous result and then it starts displaying the new result. Okay, so you need to remember whenever we are using document.write, so all previous results will be erased and the new result will be available on the UI. Right, so this is another way like how we can use JavaScript. So like tomorrow I will be explaining few more complex examples and we will be creating some functions as well. And I will demo you how we can create external JavaScript file and how we can leverage that external JavaScript file in HTML. Because in Lightning Aura component and Lightning Web components, we will be creating JavaScript files separately that will be available along with HTML, but it will be a separate file. Okay, so now moving forward, we have one more example. So if you want to use any element and you want to fill value into that element, so that also we can do with the help of JavaScript. So here you can see we have an example. So I can see we have some questions. So Ayappa is asking window.confirm message as JavaScript right now. Yeah, so whatever functions JavaScript supports, you can use those messages. You just need to know the syntax. And then right now I am explaining you 4 examples. Window.alert, window.write, inner HTML, console.log. As you are saying, we have window.confirm. So you just need to check the syntax and basis on that, you can use that in JavaScript code. So Shubham is asking why we JavaScript instead of Java. So Shubham, JavaScript and Java both are different languages. JavaScript is for client side business logic implementation and Java is separate. It has different features. So Java is whole different programming language. So both have different purposes. So if you want a scripting language that will be available on client machine whenever we access any web page, and all the business logic should execute on client machine only. So in that case, we prefer JavaScript. Okay, so I was on this example. So here I'm going to explain it, what is happening. So if you remember in CSS example, I explained you like we can provide ID to particular element. If you are creating any element, so to that element, you can provide an ID. Right, so here in this example, what we are doing, we have provided an ID to this P element. So now don't think that this ID is related to CSS. It is not anyhow related to CSS. It is just identification of this element, P tag. Right, so this P element identity is demo. So you can say this P paragraph name is demo. Now, what I'm going to do in script tag, I have this document dot get element by ID. So get element by ID. Then here I'm passing that ID. Then dot inner HTML. So what will happen? The result 5 plus 6 result will be assigned to the element whose ID is demo. And whose ID is demo? It is P element. So P element will be having a total of this 5 plus 6, and in place of P 11 will be shown. Right, so I'm going to show you how it will work. So I'm going to erase it. Then here I am creating P ID equals to demo, and here it is closed. Now I am creating script tag. Now in between script tag, we just need to write document dot get element by ID. Then here you need to provide the ID, then dot inner HTML, then equals to anything that you want to write. So for each example, we are just calculating sum of 5, 6. So that's why I'm using these. So what will happen? This 5 plus 6 will display here in place of P. If you write something in P, let's say I'm writing hello. So this hello will be replaced with that 11. So after heading and paragraph, 11 will be shown automatically. And let's say we have one more paragraph. So it is paragraph 1 and it is paragraph 2. So 11 will be coming in between paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 with the help of this JavaScript code. Okay, so now I'm going to open it in browser. Okay, yeah, here these are already open. So I'm just refreshing the page. Here you can see web 8 is showing, and we have heading, we have paragraph 1, then we have 11. Hello is not displayed here. Right, hello is not displayed here. Instead, we are able to see 11 and then paragraph 2. So this way, I hope you are able to understand how this code is working. So with the help of JavaScript, we are able to put some value into element, right? So these kind of features JavaScript supports. So with the help of JavaScript, you can control your HTML code as well. So Isaac is asking about writing double quotes and single quotes. So I think you can write double quotes, single quotes anywhere. Let's see what happens if we write single quotes. So I'm writing single quotes here, and I'm just refreshing the page. So it is working fine. Right. So in JavaScript, you can use any quotes, double quotes or single quotes. And in HTML, one session I told you, if you start with double quotes, and in between you want to use double quotes again, so in that case you will prefer single quotes. So if you have a pair of double quotes and as a nested pair you want to use double quotes again, so that is not possible. In that case, inner double quotes should be replaced with single quotes, and if you have single quotes outer, so inner will be double quotes. And in Apex programming, we have single quotes only. We don't have double quotes. Okay, so now moving forward. So we have one more example for today. So this is the last example for today, which is console.log. So if you have something in the script and you want to show a result in console, if you want to show result in console, so you can just use console.log. So I'm going to show this as well. So here I am writing console.log 5 plus 6. So what will happen? Result will be available in the console as well. So for that, I just need to move here, and you can just right click and click on inspect so that you can have the console in front of you. So here at right hand side, you can see console is available. So right now it is blank. Right now it is not showing anything. Okay, right now it is blank. So now what I need to do, I just need to refresh the page. And whenever I will be refreshing, so here you can see the result. So here we have 11 under the console. Here we have 11 as a result. So I hope you are able to see this. So it is little bit small. So this is because of console.log. Let me just zoom in. No, it is not getting increased. Right. So if you practice it, so if you open the console, there you will be finding the results of all the console statements that you are using. Okay, so this way I hope you are able to understand this code that I explained it to you. So I just explained you 4 different ways through which you are able to interact with your web browser with the help of JavaScript, right? Yes, so Mangesh, you are correct. In Apex, we use system.debug. In C programming, we use printf. And in JavaScript, we'll be using console.log. Right, so this is all about today's session. So I just covered few basic topics related to JavaScript, and tomorrow also I will be explaining few more topics. So we'll be having 2 to 3 sessions on JavaScript, and from next week I will be starting Lightning Aura component, and I think Lightning Aura component and Lightning Web components are very much important if you want to become a Salesforce developer, because Salesforce developer has 2 things. One is backend development, and second is front end development. So you need to learn both the developments if you want to become a Salesforce developer. Right? Once Aura and LWC will be completed, so we'll be having deployment related sessions, QA related sessions, BA related sessions, and then I will be starting cloud specific sessions. So Noman, I think I already shared Apex practice sheet as well, but if you need, so I will be resharing it. So I will be sharing it in the Telegram channel, and from there you will be able to receive it. Okay, so I think this is it for today, and just share a review or feedback about the bootcamp, and share this YouTube channel with as many folks as you can. And soon I am planning to open offline center in Jaipur, and that offline center will be offering internships and job readiness programs. So I will keep you posted. It will be taking 1 month or so, and that offline center will be located in Jaipur. So it will be targeting Jaipur audience initially, and that after that I will see if it becomes successful. So I will target other cities as well. Okay, so this is it for today. Okay, Isaac, you are asking like if we don't use double quotes. So in that case, you will be getting an error message. So whenever you write some text messages, so in that case, double quotes or single quotes are required. Okay, so I hope this is it for today. Thank you so much for joining this session. If you are watching the recording, then also thank you so much for sparing some time and putting your efforts. So see you tomorrow, same time. And after some time, I will be having C and C++ bootcamp. So I just started that bootcamp this week only. So please support and share this information with as many folks as you can, because for beginners, C and C++ programmings are very much important. Right. So with this note, I take your leave. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Bye.